Well, the book was something that I always wanted to happen, and it was something that even my mother's side of the family definitely encouraged.
The ongoing drama surrounding Gypsy Rose has taken a new turn as her family members have come forward to publicly denounce her and refute her claims about their support for her book. Gypsy had previously suggested that her mother's side of the family was behind her in writing and publishing her story, but her relatives have made it clear that this is not the case. The situation escalated when her cousin Dena went live on TikTok to express her frustrations, accusing Gypsy of distorting the family's history and misrepresenting their shared past. Dena's livestream revealed a deeper rift within the family. She accused Gypsy of using childhood memories to craft a narrative that suits her personal agenda, much to the disappointment and anger of her relatives. Dena's comments were not the first instance of family members speaking out. Other relatives had previously shown their disapproval of Gypsy's actions, including supporting protests against her book signings and engaging with social media creators who have been critical of Gypsy's version of events.
And approved of. And it's the one thing, like, my mom's side of the family never approved of a lot of the documentaries or the TV shows being made. However, they always were supportive of me writing a book.
I think
this alignment with Gypsy's critics underscores the family's collective opposition to her book and broader actions. One of Dee Dee's sisters shared particularly emotional and damning comments online. She lamented the lack of closure for the family following Dee Dee's death and expressed frustration with Gypsy's portrayal of their lives. She accused Gypsy of spinning a one-sided story and suggested that both Gypsy and Dee Dee should have faced accountability for their actions. The sister also stated that the publication of childhood photos and memories in Gypsy's book and on TikTok was an unfair attempt to tarnish their shared past. She described their childhood as happy and claimed that their mother had never mistreated them, contrary to what Gypsy might suggest. Dena also shared details about a Facebook feud between Gypsy and another family member, Darla, that occurred shortly after Gypsy was released from prison. According to Dena, Darla had been posting about Dee Dee online, which led Gypsy to send her a confrontational message. The exchange escalated until Gypsy eventually blocked Darla on social media, cutting off communication entirely. Dena described the situation as another example of the ongoing tensions within the family, which have only grown more strained over time.
What's weird is that, so she claims that her mom's side is so supportive of this book, which is obviously not true.
No.
She got into a fight with her aunt right after getting out of prison and blocked her aunt Darla. Gets into a fight with Tiffany because Tiffany thinks that she's got cameras in her face too much, like chasing fame too much.
Throughout the live stream, Dena and other family members also addressed the broader issue of how Dee Dee's actions have been interpreted in Gypsy's narrative. They expressed frustration over the portrayal of Dee Dee as entirely nefarious, arguing that while she was far from perfect, her intentions may have been more complex than what Gypsy has described. Dena pointed out that Gypsy's tendency to shift blame onto others has only deepened the divide between her and the family, leaving many relatives unwilling to reconcile. This latest development has further fueled public interest in Gypsy Rose's story, with many people taking sides and debating the validity of her claims versus her family's grievances. The situation highlights the deep-seated conflicts within the family and raises questions about how the truth of their shared history will ultimately be perceived. The Gypsy Rose family drama continues to heat up as more details emerge, exposing the deep divisions within her family and the backlash surrounding her book. In her memoir, Gypsy allegedly labeled her entire family as screw-ups, claiming her mother Dee Dee was the only exception. This characterization has enraged her relatives, who are now speaking out to defend themselves and set the record straight. Family members argue that Gypsy's portrayal is far from the truth.
From what, I mean, I guess, I really don't know. I wasn't there. But that's, like I said, 2 weeks ago, she called me. Because, like I said, Paul was in the hospital. So that's when I talked to her. And she was telling me about the book and everything. And I told her, I was like, I'm going to see about buying it. And she's like, well, I don't want to give her any money.
They point out the hardworking nature of her relatives, with some holding steady jobs for decades. Dena highlighted this during a recent discussion, mentioning family members who have worked in grueling professions like welding and shipyard labor. She emphasized that these people have built stable lives, including owning multiple properties, and dismissed Gypsy's narrative as unfair and one-sided. A recurring theme in the family's criticisms is the influence of Gypsy's father, Rod, and his wife, Christy, whom many believe have played a role in shaping Gypsy's story. According to some family members, Rod's side of the family has painted a picture that vilifies Dee Dee's relatives.
A few cousins went and meet up with her, but I know Aunt Darla and Gypsy got into a Facebook fight.
Dorla and Gypsy got into a Facebook fight?
Yes.
When did that happen?
Right when she came out.
What happened?
While presenting themselves in a better light, this perceived bias has fueled further resentment, particularly as Gypsy continues to distance herself from anyone who challenges her narrative. The strain between Gypsy and her relatives isn't new. Shortly after her release from prison, she reportedly got into a heated fight with her Aunt Dora and subsequently blocked her on social media. Another confrontation allegedly occurred with her relative Tiffany, who accused Gypsy of chasing fame and seeking the spotlight excessively.
Let's see, Gypsy sent her a message stating, because Darla was posting all the stuff about Dee Dee, which, I mean, yeah, like, we all agree, like, she didn't deserve what she got like that, you know what I'm saying? Nobody deserves to die over anything.
Right.
Because Lord knows if, and I'm just gonna be upfront with y'all, I say it like
This pattern of conflict has only deepened the divide, with Gypsy seemingly unwilling to engage with family members who question her version of events. Dena also shared insights into her own interactions with Gypsy. Despite being invited to a family baby shower that excluded most of the Petrie side, Dena chose not to attend, citing the complicated dynamics and Gypsy's selective engagement with the family. Dena revealed that Gypsy tends to avoid relatives who don't fully align with her narrative of being a victim of abuse, with no other way out. Dena, known for her bluntness, admitted that her straightforward approach might be why Gypsy avoids meeting her face-to-face. Adding to the drama, Dena expressed frustration over the commercialization of the family's story. While she acknowledges Gypsy's right to profit from her own experiences, she strongly disapproves of others capitalizing on the situation, calling it exploitative. This sentiment underscores the ongoing tension within the family as they navigate the fallout from Gypsy's book and the public discourse it has sparked.
I see it and I have no filter. So, like, if I would do that to somebody, like, because, you know, we all say, oh, I want that person, I'd have a million people underneath my belt. You get what I'm saying?
Yep. So what's your name? Sorry.
With accusations flying, alliances shifting, and more relatives stepping forward, the Gypsy Rose saga shows no signs of slowing down. This family feud has not only reignited public interest in her story, but also left many questioning where the truth lies amid the chaos. St. Catherine Uncut. The Gypsy Rose saga has taken another dramatic turn, with family members continuing to speak out against the exploitation of their tragedy. While some relatives are willing to let Gypsy share her story, they have drawn a clear line when it comes to others profiting from their family's pain. Dena, in a heated conversation, expressed her disdain for how the story has been sensationalized, particularly in movies, documentaries, and online discussions. Dena admitted that she wasn't there to witness everything that happened behind closed doors between Gypsy and her mother Dee Dee, and believes Gypsy has the right to tell her side of the story. However, she strongly condemned those outside the immediate family who are capitalizing on the tragedy, particularly through Lifetime movies and other media projects. She labeled this as exploitative and disrespectful, especially given the deeply personal and dramatic nature of the events.
I never said my real name.
Oh, okay. This is Tate. Oh, so this woman is married to Tate Petrie Jr., who is nephew of Dee Dee Blanchard.
Right.
And she is cousins with Nellie, who's been on this place. And so Tate Jr. is Tate Petrie, and Tate's father is Tate Petrie, who is Dee Dee's brother.
What has truly enraged the family is how Dee Dee's death has been handled in the public eye. Dena brought up the disturbing fact that Dee Dee's naked body, photographed after her murder, has circulated online, causing immense pain to the family. She described how some of Dee Dee's siblings first learned about her death through these graphic images on the internet, an experience that Dena said would have devastated anyone. The family feels that revisiting the tragedy for entertainment purposes continually reopens these wounds and disrespects Dee Dee's memory, despite the complicated feelings they may have about her actions. Dena didn't hold back when discussing the toll this has taken on her family, emphasizing that it's not just about Gypsy's narrative but the exploitation of their collective pain. She believes the ongoing projects and public fascination with the case have only added to the family's grief, forcing them to relive the trauma repeatedly. The constant resurfacing of details and imagery has made it nearly impossible for them to heal.
Right.
Okay. So she and Dorla got into a fight about what Gypsy was saying on social media.
Something about, like I said, it was when it first came out. Now Dorla did send me the message, but, it was in their private message on Facebook, and that's,
As the drama unfolds, the family remains divided over Gypsy's actions and the broader handling of their story. While Gypsy continues to share her experiences, her relatives grapple with the public's fixation on their darkest moments. The clash between Gypsy's right to tell her story and the family's need for privacy and respect has created a firestorm of emotions, ensuring that the Gypsy Rose case remains a topic of controversy and intrigue. And there you have it, the latest chapter in the ongoing Gypsy Rose family drama. This story just keeps getting deeper and messier, with new revelations and emotions coming to the surface. It's clear that this family has been through so much: grief, betrayal, and now a public feud that shows no signs of stopping anytime soon. So, what do you think about all this? Do you believe Gypsy has the right to tell her story? Or do you agree with her family that the constant exploitation of this tragedy has gone too far? Are you Team Gypsy, or do you think her family has a point?
I guess because she's supportive of her sister. I really didn't understand the concept, and she blocked her, so they never had any, communication. Now, Gypsy and I were supposed to have communication and stuff, but like we said, we didn't want to be around.
Drop your thoughts in the comments below because I'm dying to hear what you all think. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more juicy updates on Gypsy Rose and other jaw-dropping stories. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you're the first to know when we dive into the next twist in this wild saga. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and stay kind. I'll see you in the next one.